What is up, you guys? Good to see you here on Grassroots Garden. I know it's been a while since I put out a video, but I'll be honest with you. Ever since Hurricane Helene came through, it really just sucked all the wind out of my sails, and it made the landfill, my other business, extremely busy. So I haven't had time, plus it's been cold, and I could give you excuse after excuse. But today it's 75, and we're gonna plant some Japanese maples. So I know a lot of you watch my other channel, Mr. Dig, so you know how crazy busy it has been, and I'll be honest with you, I need a little bit of gardening therapy, especially on a beautiful day like today. So I hope you'll watch this video, get your hands dirty with me, and let's pick out at least 5 Japanese maples to plant down here in our new bed. Yeah, there's not a cloud in the sky today. It's sunny and 75, and I am excited about getting down here. Gonna go grab our power planter here in a second, some biotone fertilizer, and we're gonna pop us a couple Japanese maples down here in this bed that we added some compost to a few months ago. So it's all prepped, should be easy digging, easy planting. Now I did go ahead, and I don't think I did a video, but one afternoon I came down here late and planted just a couple. So this is a Sango Kaku. This is a coral bark maple. Went ahead and planted a few of the, we've got a slew of them up there, but I went ahead and planted a few of the taller varieties first so that we can come through here now and plant the smaller Japanese maples, because the majority of what I have up there are the smaller weeper dwarf form. But I wanted to put some of the taller ones like the summer gold, go ahead and scatter them out, because they're the ones that are gonna, provide the canopy above the smaller dwarf weeping Japanese maples that we're going to plant today. This one's called Allen's Gold, and you can kind of definitely tell the upright growth habit of these versus some of the weepers that we'll plant today. But you can see all those stems are just wanting to reach up for the sky, so these are going to be our taller Japanese maples here. And then we planted a really cool one called PV Starfish. Has really funky burgundy colored leaves on it. And then this one I planted last year, and unfortunately I failed to tag it, or didn't have a tag for it, but I can tell just from its growth habit that it's upright. Oh yeah, spring is right around the corner, you guys. Look at the buds. This is the deciduous native azalea. I believe this one is called Hot Pepper. Has bright orange blooms on it here in another few weeks. All right, well, let me go grab the power planter with the big auger bit on it. Makes digging super easy. We'll pop us a couple of holes. I'll grab the biotone starter fertilizer, and we'll get busy planting. And let's check on our Peggy Martin climbing rose too. If you remember, this got destroyed during the hurricane. Oh yeah, she's coming back nicely. Got a little bit of cold burn from last week when it went down to the teens, but we've got to get on the stick and get our trellising reestablished on the front of the shed here, so she'll have something to grow on and climb up. But I'm very happy that she survived the hurricane. That is a tough little climbing rose. Let's see if we can find our power planter in here real quick like. There she is, already got the big auger on it. We just got to grab us our 60-volt battery here. Pop that in like so. Good to go. Let's set that right there. I think we'll go ahead and grab the Kawasaki Mule, because all of our tags are in that thing too, or hopefully still in there. And we need to make sure that we tag these as we go with our metal tags so that we don't forget what we plant. And I'm thinking that my biotone must be up here in the greenhouse. Let's go see if Larry will let us borrow some. Larry! Hey, buddy Rowe. How you doing, bud? You up here playing in your cage? You ready to go out into the aviary, aren't you? Yeah, I know all of you guys are. It won't be long, but a few more weeks, and y'all be able to fly around out there and enjoy some sunshine and some spring rains. But this is still just kind of a false spring right now. It's going to get cold again, so I hate to give them false hope and put them out there and then have them bring them right back in. But it won't be long again, like I said. They'll be able to live all summer long, 6 or 7 months outside in the aviary. Yeah, I hear you, dude. And we got a little bit of our white sand in here. We had to do some irrigation repair the other day, so we used that as backfill. Let's grab our old Kawasaki here and boogie on down there and get some maples planted. Let's double check, make sure our tags are in here. Yeah, we got some ground copper tags. We also have those hanging aluminum tags, and I got a pin, so I think we're in good shape as long as we have the hanging wires. I feel like they're down in there somewhere. I haven't done anything else with them, so hopefully they are. The crap is this? Who in the world put this in the mule? Okay, well, that's probably always going to remain a mystery there. Never know around here, folks. Yeah, there's a couple of the little wires. Dude in a bathtub. What in the world? That looks like something maybe a Sarah tried to pull on me. Who knows? Get our power planner. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and just randomly select 5 that have a tag on them. Oh man, that one's got a piece of a tag, but not a full tag, and I really want to know what I plant down there in this bed. There's another Sangokaku. We have that one already. Ooh, glowing embers. Even though this is an upright, this is the cool one. And here's a weeper, so you can tell by the growth habit it's wanting to grow back down. This is Acer palmatum Inabe Sidare. Beautiful red leaf weeper. And here's another dwarf. This is Shigure Bato. We'll plant him. Now this one I can't remember. Kanzashi. I'll have to look that one up. Put some pictures on the screen right now, because honestly we've got thousands of dollars worth of Japanese maples right here, but I've been collecting for the past 10 years, and sometimes I just buy from places and then forget what they do. Oh, here's a beautiful Viridis. Yeah, this is a green leaf weeper. Definitely going to plant it. Go ahead and throw them in the back here, and I'm going to go ahead and make the tags for them so we don't have to stop individually. We can go ahead and write all the tags out right now. Be one less thing we have to do after we plant. Okay, we've got all 5 of our little aluminum tags imprinted here. I think this is probably Owl Kanzashi, not Ao Kanzashi. Probably Owl Kanzashi. Our Viridis, Shigure Bato, Glowing Embers, and Inabe Sidare. And I'm going to go ahead and hang them on the tree while they're up here and easily accessible, because I'll be honest with you guys, my back is killing me. I had to run the chainsaw the other day, and my back is so sore. But hopefully a little gardening therapy be just what the doctor ordered. Work that soreness out, and hopefully I sleep good tonight. We'll make sure it's got plenty of room here, because we don't want to choke out any of the branches, so we'll make sure it's got at least a finger's width, and we'll have to kind of keep monitor on that, because that's just like a bread tie, and it will eventually grow into the bark if we allow it to, and could cause some damage. And here's our Viridis. We'll just go down here on one of these nice small branches on it. Just twist a couple of times. We'll always know what she is. And same here on our Shigure Bato. I'm not going to do the ground tags just yet, because we still got to come in and put mulch. So at least this will give us a couple of years of not having to worry about tags. I'll put a link to these in the description below if you want to get some off Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I honestly want to find some a little bit better ones, but I think they actually have to be printed, you know, the kind that lasts pretty much forever. So I got to find a company that'll do that for me. We'll make sure we put these on good sturdy upright branches that we know we're not going to prune off. So I thought about putting it on this little guy right here, but I actually may prune him off next winter. So I went ahead and went up here to a little bit more sturdy one. And now for our glowing embers. I think this is one that was introduced by Dr. Michael Durr. It's supposed to be very heat tolerant, which is great down here in the south, and has really bright red fall foliage, hence the name Glowing Embers. All right, they've all been tagged. Let's go pop some holes. I think we'll start right here with this dwarf Shigure Bato. So think I'll pop a hole right here, give us a little bit of room on the outer edge of this bed to come back and plant some shrubs later. And then the peavy starfish can kind of offer some shade to this smaller guy. Get us a nice wide stance. Doesn't get much easier than that, and I hit a root down there, but that E-clutch stops it so you don't wind up knocking your kneecap off. That is cool. And that, I believe, is the 7-inch auger from Power Planter. I'll have to double check, but I believe it's a 7-inch. Perfect for a 3-gallon size pot. This one doesn't have the root ball that I would really like onto it, just because there wasn't enough dirt in the pot. So we're gonna have to fill the hole up just a little bit, to be honest. And I'll go ahead and get the weeds off of the top, throw them down in the hole, let them become food. We'll add us at least 1 heaping cup of biotone, and I'll probably add a little bit more as we're planting. But the cool thing about the biotone is that we don't have to worry about applying it right now. Now, we're still in the month of February, so I wouldn't want to apply like a 10-10-10 or anything like that, man-made fertilizer, because as soon as it gets wet, it's going to go ahead and release those nutrients. But with a product like this, a Spoma biotone, it's all organic. So this is where the relationship between the soil microbes and the organic fertilizer come into play, because right now the ground is still pretty cold. So they're pretty dormant, they're sleeping right now. But as soon as this soil temperature warms up, get a little bit of rain, they're gonna wake back up, break these minerals down and make them accessible for the plant as organic fertilizer, and we'll get awesome growth. And since this guy has such a short root ball, I want to make sure we don't plant it too deep. We never want to plant any deeper than where the soil level was in the pot. I'm just going to bring a little bit of dirt up to about halfway up the root ball, and then I'm going to add another cup of our biotone plant starter. This biotone has already got all of the microbes in it, so they'll just go to town again as soon as the soil warms up, and give this guy a great chance to start off right and have all of that good organic fertilizer available to him immediately. Now, I don't have any mulch with me today. We're going to go ahead and just work on getting some plants in the ground, and then we'll come back later and put mulch in the whole entire bed, mulch it all at once, and go ahead and knock it out. Pack him in nice and tightly, and then we'll water them in here in a little bit, and they should be just fine. And some of these roots were already exposed, and so I'm going to leave them exposed. I think that'll look really cool as the plant gets older and matures. And plus, anytime they've already been growing like this exposed, it's got a hard bark on it, and they're using this to breathe out of right now. So if I did bury it, it might shock the plant a little bit, and could potentially, definitely if you get any soil up this high, you could kill the tree. But anything that's already out of the ground in the pot and has matured and got bark on it, I just leave it like that. All right, next up on the list is this Viridis. This is a nice weeping greenleaf Japanese maple. We'll get probably a 15-foot spread to it. It likes to stay low down, so I'm going to plant it over here kind of closer to the edge of the bed. Let it sprawl out a little bit. And that makes planting easy. And it's fine too, anytime you want to mound up on a shrub or a tree. For the most part, everything prefers to be mounded up a little bit, unless it's something that really likes to be buried deep and likes a lot of water around its roots, like a river birch or, you know, willow or something like that. I'll go ahead and just agitate the root ball a little bit, get some of those roots loosened up. Already added 1 cup of biotone. Now we're going to add our 2nd cup right around the root ball there. Bring our native soil and compost blend back up around the root ball. Tamp it in nicely. Need a little bit more on this low side over here. It's the nice thing about that power planter though, it gives you a 360-degree dirt ring that you can easily backfill your hole with, and it just makes digging a whole lot easier. I'll never use a shovel again, I can promise you that. Yeah, I like the way that looks right there. See, we've still got some exposed crown roots. Got it nice and mounded up. It'll look natural. Now we can come in and do some other plantings of azaleas or pieris all in here. I don't like just a straight flat bed. I want it to look natural, like this Japanese maple forest has been here for 100 years. And I think this glowing Embers upright maple will do good down here on the edge of the bed closer to the pond. We'll put her in right here. A few taps on the bucket. And they usually slide right out. This one's kind of got some roots coming out the bottom, and I don't have my Felco pruners on my side like I normally do. Yeah, this one's got some roots coming out the very center. Might have to use my knife. There we go. Just cut the pot a little bit. She'll pop right out now. And since we are down here closer to the pond, I'm definitely not going to plant this one too deep. In fact, I don't like how deep it's sitting in the hole right now. So we'll go ahead and take some of our native soil and compost. Just put just a couple of handfuls in there, raise it up a couple of inches. Go ahead and add my biotone to the bottom of the hole. Yeah, I like that much better. I think I'm going to take, trying to grow in one direction, so I'm going to face that to the west, and then maybe this side will fill in now and go towards the east, chasing that morning sun. Something about like that right there. Add us another cup around the root ball. Getting this particular fertilizer closer to the roots helps out a lot more, because these bacteria and fungi actually will attach themselves to the roots and go out and find nutrients and water and bring it back to the plant. In exchange, the tree will give the microbes sugar. So they have a very symbiotic relationship with how they work to help each other out. When we get down here and put the mulch, that'll help out a lot too. Keep the soil nice and moist and help this tree thrive. All right, 2 more and we'll be done. And I've officially ruined another pair of jeans. Now we're gonna come up here in the bed a little bit. I've got, let's see, which ones do we got left? This is Inabe Sidare and Kanzashi. Yeah, that weeper will be really nice right there. I'll go ahead and say too, I'm planting these guys a little bit too close, but that's just because we got so many of them to plant and such a limited space. You wouldn't want to do this in a normal setting, but I'm doing this specifically to try to make a Japanese maple forest. And this one's definitely got some upright habit. So we'll plant it on the edge of this old bed. I'm tying these two beds together. But we'll plant it on the edge, and it can help shade some of the azaleas and stuff here that lost its shade during the hurricane. Beautiful. Come over here, Biotone. Need to fill this in a little bit. I think that right there should be perfect. Oh yeah, maybe a little bit more. Always better to plant them a little too high than too deep. We want to pack them down, but not pack them tight like concrete, so water can still get down to the roots and oxygen. They can breathe and still have that rainwater go down to give them a drink. We don't want big air voids down there, but we don't want it tight like concrete. And that's another thing with adding this compost down here. It'll help keep the soil nice and loose, and the roots can breathe. Rainwater and irrigation water can get down to where it needs to go. And good luck, little buddy. Y'all, I'm pleased with that. At least we got added 5 more, so we've got 10 total down here, and about 70 more to go. But that's okay. It'll give us our gardening therapy that I much need. I love getting my hands dirty. It's just something about coming down here and putting your hands in the soil. It just helps to reconnect me to nature, and like, I can't explain it, but you gardeners know what I mean. So appreciate you guys watching this video. Hit the subscribe if you hadn't already. Follow along on our Japanese maple forest journey, and always remember, the more you grow, the more you know, the more you grow. See you on the next video. I'm out of practice. I got to make some more gardening videos. That's all there is to it. See you guys. I'm so out of practice that I'm going to go start dinner and get me something cold to drink. I'm going to come back down and water these guys in very thoroughly. So if you're planting anything any time of year, if the ground is dry, which is super dry in some areas, make sure you thoroughly water in whatever you're planting, just all the way around the entire root ball, not just the hole, but around the entire area. Get it nice and saturated. And that's very important for the first 2 to 3 months of that shrub or tree's lifetime. You can't just water it once. Unless you get regular rain, you can't just water it one time and expect it to make it.